Okay, so we have an event, rock wall. We're gonna see um, we're gonna see how to execute this event. So run it with. First thing we're gonna do is we are going to um, pull in an example set of CSVs. Let's see, let's go rock wall CSV. You want to match the CSVs columns. So first name, last name, last name. Pretty self-explanatory. We don't have division in weight class, seed, team, and grade. All right, that's good. Import them. It has division default. I'm just gonna quickly just change that to men's because I don't want it to say division. So I went and did that in division, and so now it says men's, and I feel good about that. If you want to change any of the weight class, if you want to change any of the weight classes, you obviously do that here. It's very responsive search. This is a really nice search. If you like type in Heath, all the Heath wrestlers will pop up. If you type in like an individual like Keith, it's very responsive. And so yeah, I like rolling with this. If you find wrestlers are non-scores or you want to withdraw them, you can do that with these two buttons, and won't bracket them, or if it does bracket them, it won't score their team points. So we're going through just a really basic high school tournament. So this high school tournament, these are all the teams. If you want to have an abbreviation for team names or shorten the teams, you can do this here. You might say, hey, this is First Baptist. I don't need the academy. It's kind of long. Bring that down. Liberty Christian. I don't need the school. Thank you very much. And so just kind of shortening, um, maybe get rid of St. Mark's of Texas. That's fine. So shortening some of these things. Ironically enough, I think college Woodlands, you need all of it, but maybe you want to go CP. Okay. You could also put abbreviations in for these, and if you do, then those will show up. So, and that's very much a user-facing accommodation you make that helps the users when they are looking at the brackets and whatnot. And so then in divisions, this is where I want the match format. I want to go 2-2-2 on the backside. I want to go 1-2-2. If you, let's say you wanted to go 2-1-1 on the backside and it's not here, you can just create it. You just type in folks down new. I like to just make it super obvious, 2-1-1, and then I will go 120, 60-60, and then the same overtime as everything. And now I can choose 2-1-1 if I wanted. There you go. It's as simple as that to create a new type of round or new type of bout. Okay, so then you go to weights. Weights is nice. You kind of get to see everyone, how many wrestlers are in each weight. In these weight classes, they have a B. It got imported with a B in front of them. If you wanted to change that, you could. You just go in here and delete it, and it'll show just exactly like on the user side whatever's in here. So, but we imported it with a B, so we'll just keep it with a B for now because. I think they were planning on uploading the girls as well in the spreadsheet. So if I want to see and I want to move, I'll shoot the 113 pounder. I can move the competitors up in the competitors table. I can also, if I'm in the weights table and I'm moving things around, I can quickly just move things around, and it's no big deal, right? Just drag and drop between the weight classes. This is really nice to have if you're drag and drop in that youth middle school type of tournaments where you're doing Madison bracketing. This is a nice little tool to be able to quickly jump between and kind of optimize brackets, make sure that they have the right matchups. So I like that. On the match side, however many match you got, you just hit submit and bam, they get created. Then let's go to brackets. We're going to skip sessions, go to brackets. Brackets, you have all your divisions. So if there's a women's division, it would show below that. If there's a middle school division, it would show below that. But we just have one division in this example. So there's 14 different weight classes. I can, from a division level, edit, right? So I want max places to be 6. Actually, I don't want them to be 8. Wrestle back to third. You could wrestle back to fifth if you want, but we're wrestling back to third. And the max round robin entrance before we go to a bracket, we're just gonna make it to 5. Not that it's gonna matter here, but we just do. It's defaulted best of 3 if there's a 2-man round robin. That's fine. We hit submit, and now all of these settings are exactly what we put for the division level, because this is a weight class, right? And so we can just build men's brackets. Now, men's brackets are built. We go in here, we can see. You can change these brackets on the fly. So you say, oh, shoot, this Canis guy, he's really should not be up here against Prescott. He should be versus over. He should be over here. So what we're going to do is swap competitor, and then you can just click wherever you think he should go, and then he'll flip. All right. You could also, when you find out, oh man, this guy's actually not in the tournament. They don't want a forfeit. They want a bye, because it kind of changes some of the team score elements. You say, can you remove him from the bracket? Yeah, we can remove him. And you can do this while wrestling is happening, right? Let's say wrestling's starting happening up here. You can start moving things down here. As long as that bout hasn't been wrestled, you can move the bouts from bouts before it. Or if this is like 113 pounds or 126 pounds and we're editing the brackets while the 106 pounders are going, you can do that. It's not the end of the world, right? So it's good. Also, if there is an open spot, you could, and let's say someone entered the bracket late. Let's say a bracket was built. You don't want to rebuild the whole bracket and renumber and do all that jazz. So if somebody came in to the 126 pounds, let's go. We'll just create a 126 pounder. So John Jacobs, 126 pounds. Martin. Put his weight in. Boom. Okay. So now if we went into brackets, you can see there's one person that's not in a bracket. Up here, there's one person that's not in a bracket. So it just kind of gives you little warnings, little indicators like, hey, yeah, you just might want to see something here. Hey, you want to add him to the bracket? You can add him. You should add competitor. I want to add Jay Jacobs from Arlington Martin, and bam, he's in the bracket. So, you know, we all know as tournament directors, it's about having flexibility, because things happen. Things, you withdrew somebody, you didn't know that you withdrew them, they shouldn't have been, and something happened. It wasn't your mistake. It was someone who was doing the weigh-ins, right? You know, some things happen. So having a little bit of flexibility at the start of the tournament really is a nice little pressure release valve for you. So that's the brackets. Let's go to buckets. Buckets are kind of how you organize bouts, right? So let's have a lower weights bucket, and let's have an upper weights bucket. Upper weights. Okay, and then let's add bucket rule for the lower weights. Well, lower weights, what I want is I want any weight class 144 and below. Okay. And then let's go upper weights. Any weight class 150 and above. And so you could see I have 427 bouts, 491. Now note, these include buys. And the reason we include buys, because we want to give flexibility for people to be able to make edits on the fly. So we include the buys in there. But you will see how many bouts you have very shortly with the numbering. So here on the numbering side, weight classes, boom. You can do that, and you hit execute, and you get your numbering. You can do it by weight class. You could also do it by bucket, right? So you can do upper weight buckets. It's going to include everyone. And so then that's 313 bouts. So we have about, I don't know, 650 bouts there about here. And so now the numbering's done. If I wanted to change this and I said, no, 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 I want this to be a little bit different because it's the upper weights, I can do that. You can execute, and now you'll see it goes from 1001 to 1333. So that is that's a different way you can do it. So yeah, and you can always just redo it. It's pretty flexible. Now, if you go into assignments, you'll see the lower weights and the upper weights. There's two different ways we did it. Same result. Now I can add mats. I will pretty evenly spread out. So I'm just gonna go 5 mats for the lower weights. It can looks like there's 6 hours and 44 minutes of wrestling, and looks like 6 hours and 15 minutes of the upper weights. So we can even that out when things come down to it. But in the meantime, we are good to go. You can hit play on both of these, and these bouts show up here. If you ever have to move things around, it's super easy. Just move about from one place to the next, right? And it moves, and you are rock and rolling. If you have to see more information, you're like, man, what's going on with this? Who's on mat 6? It's 150-pounder Cooper Davis versus Lincoln Gessner. So you can expand. It provides really good, nice flexibility. And yeah, this is it. If you want to add more wrestlers from a max depth, you can change it here. So if you want 4 or 5 on each mat, you can do that. So and that is the gist. So hopefully you got a good amount out of this, and then these bouts will all appear in your scorekeeper. So if you're logged in your scorekeeper, they just automatically appear. I think I'm logged into mat 1, and so mat 1, you can see Clark McClary from Klein Oak versus B. Robinson. If I wanted to actually expand it out, I could see it here. So there you go, Clark McCleary versus Bruce Robinson. So these will get delivered to each of the scorekeepers, and you're ready to rock and roll with your tournament. Hopefully that helped.